ain't no game. It's that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. The mother shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Sean, Dante. Ain't you know that boy Higgy? He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
Welcome, everybody, to this very live, very spirited episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wallman, and we're having a good time today. We're out here at the Collision Course Tailgate. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, get loud. Look. Hey, Gary, can we get a cards chant? Maybe not. Can we get a cards chant? Oh, and that's how you start off a podcast. Can y'all hear me okay out there? Making sure. All right. Look, this ain't just a regular episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Now, normally y'all see me when I'm here. It's me, it's Joey, it's Wes, it's Sean, it's Sam, it's Dalton. Sometimes Higgy logs off a DoorDash and gets on with us, and we have a good time. But I thought today we're going to do a live episode, and how Joey and Wes are still here. They're going to get some predictions from the crowd. We're going to do some fun stuff today. But I was like, I have to have a special co-host today. And there wasn't anybody that I could think of that I wanted to do this with me more so than probably, and I may be biased because this is my friend, but the greatest linebacker probably in Louisville football history. He only had like 609 tackles over 6 seasons in the NFL. 3 of those seasons with over 120. He is the new sideline reporter for Louisville football. He was number 2 in your program, but number 1 in your heart. Preston Brown.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We appreciate the love from everybody. And look, that's a better picture than normally, too. That's a handsome picture right there. You know, I might be a little biased. Well, yeah. Thanks, Joey. Preston, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And this is our first tailgate we've done as this iteration of the show. Now, we had the 93.9 live show on Saturday that we did a couple of times, but I didn't have to set up all this stuff. I didn't have to coordinate everything. It is more difficult than it seems, but we're going to have a good time today. The chat line is open here, and it is blowing up. Larry says, "What's up?" Mike Puckett, wish I was down there already. Well, if you're not down here soon, you ain't gonna be here. Brian Cardon, what is up? What's up? Let's go. Preston, let's first really quick talk about. Well, I'm going to talk about the fine people that are having us out here today. It's the Collision Course Tailgate group, and right now we have Garrett at the end going to speak for it. Bill and Craig are the ones that I know personally and invited us to come out here, but we've got Garrett out here. Garrett, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Glad to see you guys out here. Glad to see Preston out here.
Yeah, man. I can't do things any other way. There's been times where, what? No, he's speaking so softly.
Softly.
Speaking softly. Yeah. We got him on here though. So, but there's times that I can do stuff like this, but if I can't do it big, I don't want to do it at all. And you all are big time, and y'all invited us out here, and we really do appreciate it.
Well, we really appreciate you guys being out here. It's awesome.
It is awesome. And there's so many goats out in the crowd. I mean, Uncle Larry's here. Gary the Redbird. We got the director of talent relations at OVW. I won't say his name, but he's here in the house. I'm probably not supposed to say that. And the incomparable Doug Budd from Red Edge Realty. Yeah, well, he slipped me that money before the show, so I had to go ahead and say it. So, but no, we're gonna have a good time. First off, Preston, I want to ask you though about your new position, man. How are you liking that?
It's fun. It's fun being on the other side, getting free tickets to games, front row seats. You know, I can't complain. So I'm having fun with it.
Look, and I'll be honest with y'all. Like, we've been doing this for over 10 years now, and when me and Steve and Justin first started the website, we were kids then. Well, they were kids. I was still a little bit older than the rest of them. Whatever. Shut up, Joey. But the main goal was, man, the ticket prices were soaring at that point. And it's like, there's ways to take advantage of that, right? So with me and Steve being able to talk the way we could, Justin was great at being an editing things. And we just kind of like got together and was like, let's do this. So that's why we're doing it. And we've been able to case in point here. I met Preston from doing that, from sticking a microphone in his face and getting reactions from him. So that's a benefit of being able to do that. I mean, guys like Keith Kelsey and Eli Rogers, I keep up with them all the time, and Preston as well. And it's a blessing. What's up, everybody on the chat line? I will get you. Look, Preston's time is precious. So we're gonna talk to him about the game today, and then we're gonna let him go whenever he wants to go. But all right, let's get into this though. Chat line is open. Again, at the bottom of the screen, you can see how you can donate to the site to keep the show going, so we can do stuff like this. And our social media handles are at the bottom of the screen as well. Again, thanks to Bill, Craig, Garrett, all y'all for having us out here. Let's jump in. 7:30 tonight, ESPN. The Cards are now a 2.5-point underdog. Preston, here's what I want to ask you, because I know that you're a football mind just like I am. I mean, except for you were way better at football than I was. Which team was the real team? Was it the Syracuse? Because I had been told that there was a lot of distraction going on prior to the Syracuse game. And I don't want to say what I was told because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. I don't want to get Preston in trouble mostly, so I'll keep that to myself. But a lot of distractions amongst the staff, amongst the players. There were issues. And then with UCF, it was, well, the defense played a lot better when it really just seemed like, and I do know a couple of the kids that played for Central Florida that after the game were just like, man, our condition is not Power 5 condition. Obviously, you're not a Power 5 team. So it was kind of like, well, they got tired. That's why we succeed. Kind of like an excuse. Mm-hmm. You playing on the defensive side of the ball, you know better than anybody how that can go. Which team, first, two-part question. Which was the real team? Was it last week or the week before? And do you think, I guess, this team has turned the corner that it needs to turn?
Yeah, well, I hope the real team for defensive side is the UCF game. I mean, that was great to see. I mean, 90-something yards in the second half. It was great to see how they turned it around. But the offense, to me, still hasn't clicked all the way yet. And that's what I'm waiting to see, that full game where Malik just goes crazy. And I think this will be a great test. You know, they got a lot of talent on Florida State side. They got that DN Verse who's sacking everybody. So we got to make sure we can protect him, let Malik throw the ball over the top because he has some playmakers. We just need time to set those plays up.
Okay, it's been driving me crazy, Preston, and you're going to be the only person I think that even comes close to being able to help me figure this out. Why in God's name do we play our cornerbacks 12 yards off the line every single play?
Yeah,
and why do we only rush? It's almost like we're daring people. There was a play against Syracuse where I believe it was at the end of the game, I think, or maybe end of the half. It was 3rd and 12, and we were playing 15 yards off the ball, and it was just an easy first down.
Yeah.
Any idea?
I don't get that at all. I don't know what the reason is or why we do it, but it's something that they're continuing to do. I mean, you look up and it's 3rd and 5 and people are beyond the sticks. You got to at least line up at 5 yards, you would think, but they do more game filming and studying than I do. So I don't know why they're doing it, but we need to ask them why exactly what they're doing.
Do they do more game film than we do, Preston? Because I'm pretty sure Stevie Wonder could tell that those guys are 12 yards off the ball every time. We're almost daring them. Offensively, I like what you said. Week 1, the playbook was shut. Coach Satterfield said we didn't let Malik be Malik. I believe there was one mess-up play that turned into a run play for Malik. the first game. No design run plays for him. Second game, there were a couple of more. The thing I need to see Malik do myself, he needs to, and this has been long been a stigma of his. We talked to Cardinal great Chris Redmond on our last live show, asked him what Malik needed to do, and he said he needs to read his progressions. It seems like he only throws to one person. We talked to a coach, a former coach, so I'm not getting anybody in trouble, that said Malik just could only learn the first read of the playbook. Like, it's a big playbook, and he could only read the first reads. And it looked like at the first game. The second game, it looked like he started to – there were a couple plays where you saw him read his progressions, which that's what he needs to do to be successful. But if I'm asking you, because you've been around this team, you followed this team just like I have, what do you think Malik needs to do in order to get us to the – because before the season, we were told that this was a top 25 team. We all believed it. We all ate it. We all drank it. We all injected it directly into our veins. And so far, it's not looked that way. It's big, and you never like to just be like, oh, it's this kid's fault. It's his fault. But our offense goes as Malik goes. There's just no other way around that. And that's because he's our star. He's our star player. What can be done? Like, I don't know. Which team, I guess, is what I'm saying, is going to come out. I'm so frustrated by Malik that I can't even get my words straight. Is it as easy as Malik just reading his progressions?
Sometimes, you can go through progression, spread the ball around, but what I think of a sign of a bad quarterback is they only have 3 reads: touchdown read, check down read, or get out of town and they run it. So that's what I consider a bad quarterback. And I don't think Malik is a bad quarterback. I think he goes through his progressions and he does a good job. Sometimes you just have time to go all the way across the field, and that's where you got to go right to your check down or get it out quick, instead of just sitting too long and then he doesn't run when he can run because they told him not to run. So there's a lot going in your head when coaches tell you, don't be yourself. It's like, well, why am I here? So he needs to go out there and be himself. Who cares what the coach says? If you can run for 3rd and 6, go get that 3rd and 6. Don't go through your progression and say, I'm going to look here, sack. You can't take that long. You got to read, go out there and just play. And that's what I'm excited to see tonight, because he had 4 touchdowns against him last year. So I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
And that's a very great point. And before I forget, again, this is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. We're coming to you live from the Collision Course Tailgate. Spots are almost sold out here, so get here as soon as you can if you're heading down here. But I think that, so I guess for me, I've been struggling. It's been my heart versus my head. My heart's like, man, we can beat anybody, but my head's like, you've not seen anything change through the first games. First 2 games that would lead. The offense has gotten a little bit more loose, but Malik's still making the same plays. I don't know why we went for it on 4. Like, we were the end of the game. It was like 4th and 5, and he missed Marshawn. Threw it on the wrong side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't understand. He had enough room. He could have just ran that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we can't hear you if you're not on the mic. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that throw that he made to Marshawn, like I said, was on his back shoulder. So it was a very tough catch for Marshawn, but he wasn't being rushed, like life or death rush, right? That's a throw that really anybody sitting at this table should be able to get right into the soft spot, right into the pocket for Marshawn to catch that. And I mean, if he'd have caught it, I mean, he had at least 5-10 more yards. I mean,
I just don't know why.
But again, I don't even know why we went. To be honest,
yeah.
We were 4th and 5 on our side of the field. Late in the game, we got the lead. I don't know why we're going for it on that 4th down anyway.
That gives them the ball with like 1:15 left to head.
Right. We should have punted away and made them go 80 yards, 85 yards.
Yeah, we had stopped them 9 straight drives at that point. So I'm not really sure why that was a risk. People that want to talk about defensively, and again, Preston, maybe you can give me some insight on this. People said we improved so much defensively last week because we were penetrating, getting through again, they attributed that to them being tired, which you still have to go out there and take advantage of that tiredness. I watched the film back after the game. There was a play right towards the end of the game where their what's his name?
I don't remember that.
Something Rice, Edgar Allan Poe, whatever his name is. Bless you. He was throwing a pass, and it would have been, I believe, the game. It was right before Jarvis Brownlee intercepted it. Quincy Riley took a break on a slant and tapped it down. Great defensive play. He's one of my favorite new players, favorite upcoming players, not new players on this team. But when you go back and look at the tape, there was nobody on the other. There was a guy that ran a wheel route that if that quarterback was a decent quarterback, it would have thrown it to him. I could have caught it. Higgy could have caught it and ran it in for a touchdown if he hadn't stopped to get the Twinkie on the way to the end zone. But I just want to have faith that this defense is better. I want to have faith that we're going to open up. Will you turn that off when you're not? There you go. Thank you. I want to have faith that the offense is going to be better. Scott Satterfield has not shown me in 4 seasons, 5 seasons, whatever, that he is going to change his play calling. I guess let's ask you this while you're here. Is that just him being stubborn, or do you think that's the offense we're running? We got to get over it as fans. It's very vanilla. It's very bland. We're used to putting points up. We're used to lighting the scoreboard up. Is it just an instance where we got to get over the play calling because that's what he's going to do?
I guess so. I mean, coach is going to be coach. You know, he's going to go out there and run his plays. He's not going to switch up and be a new guy. You know, I think it's more based on the timing of the offense. Like we saw on that 4th down play. We could have got it to Ford early and it would have been fine, but it took too long. He was rolling, then throws. Like, that could have been out right now, you know, and they could have made a move. And I think that's the thing, we need to get our timing down so we can hit those high and low route combinations where we can do some different things to manipulate the defense. But if you don't have any timing, you'll never be able to hit those deeper routes as they start to open up, or those plays where we got people pulling and Tyon's running hard, but sometimes those gaps just aren't there. And that's what I'm looking to see tonight. Hopefully those things will start to develop and we'll start to bond more as a team, and you'll see those plays start to happen.
Okay, Preston's getting my heart and my head closer to each other. I just worry again because this is a fast Florida State team. This isn't going to be a situation. And UCF was fast as well. They weren't Florida State fast, I don't believe. I do believe they're ranked 26th, that they're a little bit overrated. They beat the LSU beat them. They missed the extra point.
And again, that's not the same LSU team of years past. I mean, it's not. It's not the 11-0, 10-1 national champion LSU, you know,
Correct.
Culture of a team. So
correct. And so I think it's going to be a good battle. If they're going to have guys scrambling all over the field. Jordan Travis, former Louisville football player, transferred down there. He has thrown what was it I looked earlier? It was he's thrown 2 career touchdowns at Cardinal Stadium. One of them was a pick 6 to the other team. But he's thrown 2, you know, I don't remember him doing too well when he was here in town the last time. I think he rushed for 1 the last time we played them. Every game against Florida State, though, it's here. I saw that the other day. We were 2-2 versus them here. We had the big blowout against them, obviously. We had the game where we had it under wraps, and Bobby called for a pass play when we should have been running the clock out. And we were in the lead. And with 1:13 left, we threw an interception. Yeah, we were in the lead with 1:13 left. And instead of running the ball and kicking the field goal, Bobby chose to throw it, and it got picked off. And DeAndre Francois, I believe that's who it was. I think that's how you say his name. Marched them down the field, and they won with with time running out. And then the other loss that we had to them was the camouflage game. That's when y'all had those. You were here, right, for the Cardinal camouflage game?
No, I was gone. I was
You
already.
were gone already?
Yeah, that was.
Stop making me feel old.
Yeah, I was gone.
Okay, he wasn't there. Like I said, shut up. But we were up 21 points at halftime, and we took them for granted, and they came back. Gosh, what was the kid's name? The running back.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, nobody covered him in the flats all night.
Dalvin Cook ran all over us. Jameis Winston was their quarterback. Now, Gerard Holloman had he had a pick during the game and then one on an extra point. And
Ronald Darby couldn't guard Devontae all night.
And that was Devontae's first game back. I think he ended up with like 6 catches for 130 yards or something. And that was his first game back. He had hurt his foot, and he sat out the first 6 games of the year. So, so those are the wins and losses that we've had with them here. I think we're also, since joining the ACC, we're also 2-2 away. We weren't in the ACC then. Yeah, 2-2 here since the ACC, 2-2 away since the ACC. So, yeah, I think here's my thing. I think that, like I said, they're going to be really fast. There's going to be people flying all over the field, hopefully causing Jordan Travis to make some mistakes. I think we can capitalize on them. My deciding thing is, man, we have to defensively, Preston, play closer our DBs. And that's where you get into the conversation again, where you're like, is the defensive coordinator going to let people help him out or is he just going to be like, I'm the DC. These plays are going to go as I say. We're going to – because I think somebody told me the reason he plays those guys so far off is because he doesn't want to get beat deep. To me, that's a personnel – you don't think you have good enough players to play closer. But we've got good enough players now to be able to man them up and not worry about getting beat deep.
The other part of that is them playing so far off is, at least this year, we haven't tackled very well. And when you're playing them that far off and they throw that little short pass, they're getting past our guys because we're not tackling. And they turn it into 20, 30-yard plus plays. So what's the difference, right? Keep your safeties over the top, play your DBs 5-7 yards off the ball, and stop those short throws and defend the long throws. Like, I mean, I would rather get beat deep that way than, consistently see guys diving at ankles, missing, and then a guy breaking 3 tackles, but he's really not, because they're not really even, getting close to tackling them.
Preston, what about you?
Well, I mean, Jordan, he didn't do, like you say, he didn't do so hot when he was here. What he had 4-14, 28% passing while he was here. So he's going to come up trying to make a show. He's going to try to show that he's a different quarterback. And watching him on tape, he reminds me a lot of Russell Wilson. Keeps 2 hands on the ball in the pocket, moves great with his feet. He runs when he has to, but keeps his eyes downfield. Yeah. So and they have 6-7 receiver transfer from Arizona State, the transfer from Oregon who receiver. So they have talented receivers out there now. And number 80 last week caught that pass when Jordan got hit right in the face. So they got a lot of talent on that side. So I can't wait to see how we match up. And I'm really interested in the safety play because, we're not playing much zero. So I don't understand why the corner will be so far. I'm more worried about the safeties being over top. So we'll see if we play some 3 too high, what we're going to do over top with those safeties to help those corners so they can be more physical up front.
No, look, I never played defense. I needed to get points and have that glory. That was my thing on the offensive side of the ball. But are the safeties supposed to be 30 yards off the line of scrimmage?
Not when I was here.
Okay.
Hakeem and Calvin didn't play that far, but it's definitely a strategy that some guys do when they're expecting deeper passes. So, Jesus. I mean, we'll see if we get that today, but not many people have really been attacking us deep. It's more of the underneath screens and they're just taking it 40, 50, 60 yards.
Do our safeties think that they're fast enough to come up on, the play? Maybe that's what it is. Instead of running backwards, to try to catch up on something, they're, they feel like they can run up faster and, get to the play.
I don't know. It's confusing to me, and I can't see much on the sideline, but then when I rewatch it, they cut it off, so you can't really see everything. I need to sit there and see the all 22 and really know what's going on, really sit with the coaches and see why they're doing it, because I don't know, and I don't want to assume or act like they're doing anything wrong because I don't know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Again, we're here with Preston Brown, the new U of L sideline reporter. What's up, everybody? Now, look, I will get to everybody. Hey, Nikita, what's going on? Matthew Dodson. I give the show 4 out of 5 stars without. He's here, Matt. Stop. Jocelyn, what's up? Oh, you're not supposed to be on your phone. Shh. Okay, she's not on her phone. You threw me off. I saw your shh, and it threw me off. I just don't know. I have been one of the guys. Like, we have probably about 4 guys on the podcast normally that have been for the last 3 years. Fire Scott Satterfield. And I've not been that guy. I've been, let's give them a chance. It takes time to get your routines and your playbook and your personnel. And there's still probably a couple people that played for Bobby still on the team. I know Malik did. Well, Malik may have played for Charlie. That's how long he's been here. I'm just kidding. But I've got to see something different. Look, great dude. I've met him a couple times. He's never been anything but nice to me. But he feels like he's just not the right fit here at Louisville. Like, he's taken on more. And I know you can't really comment on this because I'm not going to try to get you in trouble, Preston. But I think it's almost as if he felt like he was coming here and it was just going to be a basketball school and football played sometimes, and he didn't have any expectations or any pressures either, really. Have you heard his pressers? He says the same thing every week. I just don't know why we got to play on Friday night. Look, Friday nights that's where the Cardinals made their boo. Don't Florida State chop in the middle of our podcast. Jesus. I don't know. I have hope for him. I think if we play to the level of our players' abilities, that we could be the team we thought we were going to be. But there was just some disconnect. And like I said, the stories that I heard about what was going on before the first game, which I'll tell y'all after the show's over, but that's just not something that you can let happen. So as we head into our next point, did I already ask what do we think needs to change? Preston, what do we think? What do you think needs to change in order for this team to be that team that we thought it was going to be during the off season? That we were told this is going to be a great team.
I think just, all the way back to remember the Titans days, you just got a team bond. You got to set people up with people you wouldn't think talk to, because when we were here, we hung out with the O-linemen, with DBs and receivers, with centers, like just random combinations of people who are always hanging out together, and we became more of a family than just a team. And I think that's when you have your most success. And if these guys want to go to the NFL, the most teams that get drafted are teams who win. And if you don't win, then it'd be 1 or 2 guys in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round that may hang on and hang around. But if you want to go to the NFL, you have to win games in college or be a freak athlete. And I don't see many of those guys out there. So they have to bond and win, and then all their dreams and goals will all come together as a team if they bond as a team off the field and at practice.
And that was a lot easier to do when you were here, because I think now I've been hearing that the NIL, which I think is a great idea. The only thing I think they should have done is made that money available to them at the end of the season, to where they're not feeling like they've got to just like go to the wall every game and put extra pressure on themselves and stuff like that. Plus, like, the players know how much other players are making, and it creates jealousy, and it gets you unfocused. And I don't like it. But I want to say something to Preston's point. Some of the greatest basketball teams that we had in that 2005 to 2010, 2015 range, that 10-year span, they spent a lot of time together. Even if nobody else liked T-Will. I mean, one of the players. I mean, T-Will. Even if T-Will was difficult to everybody else, it gave them a chemistry, and they came out and they performed on the court. And then he left, and then it went from a forced chemistry to Peyton and Russ and Gorgie and them just loving each other and wanting to be around each other. So, yeah, absolutely, chemistry plays a huge part in this. And hopefully
during that year, the Cardinal, we all bonded. We was hanging out with the baseball players, Sutton White and those guys, Nick Birdie. We was hanging out with them, playing in the sack with Montrez and Siva and Russ. So we all, like, as a sports, everybody, we all were one unit. Girls volleyball, everybody, we were all like hanging out, just trying to win. Like, it was just
that's so dope. Yeah. That's awesome, man. I know, like, back when I was up here and I wasn't a part of the basketball team, but I was, because I was babysitting a couple of the players, but they really only talked to the volleyball players for some reason. I wonder why. They didn't really mess with anybody else. So, yeah, absolutely. All right, we're getting to the important part, because I know you got something to prepare for tonight at 7:30 on ESPN.
Who knows?
Just a little something. So I want to get your prediction, and we're going to go around the table. And I'd like to get some predictions from the crowd too. So, you know what? I'm going to go. No, I'm going first. When do I go, Joey? Okay, Preston. I'm nervous. Like, my heart and my head. Like, this morning, my heart was in a different place than my head. Now Preston's done gassed me up, and I feel a different way. So, Preston, how do you see the game turning out tonight?
I see it kind of like last year, getting out to a big start, looking like gangbusters, and then them starting to slowly but surely come back, and you feel like things are starting to crumble, but we'll find a way. In the end, I think 31. I'll give them 34. We're going to score a lot tonight, 34-28.
He almost took the words right out of my mouth. Also, I do want to mention to you, 4 times we played here since joining the ACC, we are averaging 40 points per game against Florida State. Have we scored 40 points this year yet? I don't think so. Louisville.
20-7.
That's the point. So where I'm going to go with it, I'm just going to have blind faith that the team we thought was going to be here shows up. The coaches have fixed their issues out of the blue. I have Florida State up late, but the Cards coming down to kick a game-winning field goal to win 34-31. Jordan Travis throws multiple interceptions. He's handing out footballs like it's Halloween and trick-or-treaters are around. No, you know what? 34-24, because I don't know that he could score that much on our defense as long as we're playing defense the way that it appeared as we were. Because last week was fool's gold to me, because when I went back and watched tape, I looked at both sides of the field, and there were a lot of open receivers that their quarterback just didn't throw to. Again, you can only work with what you have, but 34. I'm sticking to my pick. Garrett, what about you?
Man, Preston kind of stole my thunder right there.
He kind of, or he absolutely did?
Yeah, absolutely did. You know what? I think that Florida State's going to struggle a little bit. I think we're going to go 34-21 Louisville.
Now, remember, Florida State is ranked 26th in the country. We're ranked 55th in the country. I didn't wear this for that reason. That was just my football number.
They just play differently against Louisville. It's just they're different against us.
I hear some people out in the audience talking mess. Shout out to Craig. Joey, what about you?
I'm going 27-21. I don't even know how I got 27. It's the first number that come to my head, but 27-21 Cards. I think we get a touchdown more than we got last week. We build a little bit more. We saw a little bit more of the playbook opening up, them kind of cutting some of the strings, holding Malik back last week. Got a few more plays. So I think this week we get a little bit more even, and 27-21 Cards.
All right. Wes. No. Yeah, your prediction.
Oh, I got 24-17. I need to see more from the defense. Just like this 12-yard stuff, I'm not with that. I need to see better tackling and just better defense.
All right, Joey, you got somebody out. We got some crowd.
We got some crowd predictions.
Hold on, let me activate the crowd cam, because that's how we don't want.
Did Wes already mess it up?
Yeah, he did.
Did you Wes it up?
All right, Wes, you're good. No, you're good. Just aim it at the part. You had it. That's you. You're Wes. There you go.
All right, now we good?
A little higher.
There we
You're
go.
Tall,
all
Joey.
right.
A little higher. Wes.
Tell us your name and what's your prediction.
Name's Cardinal Cam. My prediction is 38-31 Cardinals. 38-31 Cardinals. This is a big this is a must win for Scott Satterfield. This is week 3. We should be 2-0 coming into this game. The defense most definitely stepped up in the UCF game last Friday night, which we're going to need more from that from Coach Brown to set the tone. I mean, we can't be able to get off the slow starts. This is our home crowd Friday night game. We need to turn this thing all the way up from the gate to finish. So I'm going to have 38-31 Ville City for the win. Go Cards.
There we go. Joey, anybody else?
Who else wants to give a prediction? What's your prediction? No? What's your prediction? What's your prediction for the game? Score.
28-34 Louisville.
There we go.
I'm liking the prediction so far.
We're going to do 35-14. Louisville.
Okay, 35-14.
All right, we got Craig from Cardinal or from the Cardinal Collision Course crew for the Cardinals.
32-27 Louisville.
Nope.
Hold on, no. Here. All right, tell us your name. What's your prediction for the score? All right, there you go.
We did not hear nor see that prediction.
Him wearing a Florida State shirt right now is mean too. Where's Bill?
Yeah, get Bill over here.
Bill.
Get
What's your
Bill, get
prediction?
Doug, get Uncle Larry, get all of them.
Cards by
No.
3.
Cards by 3.
I'm sticking with my 3. Yeah.
Uncle Larry. Where's Uncle Larry? Come on over here. What's your prediction for the game tonight? What's the score?
Well, it depends on which defense shows up first. Second of all, if the defense shows up, I think we got enough offense to score 28 points. As far as Florida State goes, it's going to be 28-21 Cards.
Okay.
Okay. Where's Doug Budd?
Doug Budd from
Doug.
Red Edge Realty and homesforsale.louisville.com.
Where's Doug? Looking for Doug. Doug Budd.
Hey,
Doug.
Get the ice bucket dude in here too.
Oh, come on, follow me.
I don't think it goes that far.
Oh, never mind. Don't follow me. Come on out here, Doug.
Brand new technology, by the way, for us, not in life.
Here. Doug's coming this way. Doug. This is investigative reporting here, folks. Doug Budd, what's your prediction for the score?
28-17.
Louisville, right?
Of course.
I'm just asking random people. What do you think?
24-21 Louisville.
Okay.
There we go.
28-32.
28-32 who? Oh, okay. There we got to make sure we say Louisville, everybody. Anybody else want to give a prediction? Anybody going once? 24-10.
All right,
Did you get his picture? So that way we know. Okay.
All right, let's go to the text line real quick for a few, and then we're going to let Preston get out of here. No prediction. 35-31 Louisville. 28-17. CSZ on the street. Absolutely. Let's not forget the Duquesne defensive line got through the Florida State line. O-line just fine. Just couldn't make the tackle on the running back. Surely our line is better. Our offensive line was highly touted going into the season. So I really hope, and thanks to Wes for now pointing the camera at his crotch. That's a great shot there. Just messing with you. But yeah, I hope so too. I have high expectations for. I would usually like to wait till about 4 games into the season to be like, he's got to go, or no, he's still working on things. I think this is still a work in progress, and I think that it's going to be a good game tonight. And if it's not, blame Garrett and Bill for inviting us out here to do the show.
Glad you guys came out. Appreciate you.
It'll be his fault 1,000%. We do want to give a quick shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Shack in the Back, 4 Peg Smokehouse and Bar, Derby City Lawn and Landscaping, and we're working on more. If you would like to sponsor the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, you've got your way at the bottom right there below me. It shows you all the ways you can sponsor us, send donations, and if you want to be a monthly sponsor, just shoot us a message, any of us, and we'll be glad to answer you. And I'm working on a couple really big ones that I'm looking forward to, so Be on the lookout for that. You can find this podcast on all the podcast avenues: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, and iHeart, and 120-something others. Hit subscribe, hit follow. However you follow us, however you get them downloaded to your phone or computer, hit that button. If you haven't listened to any of the previous episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go back and check them all out. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, the place it all began. Hit the podcast tab, hit CSZ Podcast. You can listen to all of them there. Shout out to everybody out there that's sharing the podcast. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to our guys that do the midday show over there on ESPN, Marcus, Maven, and Steve. We appreciate you all. Preston, any last words here?
Let's just win. That's it. Let's have fun. Everybody smile, and we have a win. So I'm excited for this game. The last home game I was at was Florida State when Lamar went absolutely crazy. So hopefully we can channel some of that energy back here tonight, and we can see a great performance.
You heard it here. Preston Brown guarantees victory. No, I'm just kidding. You heard it here first. Garrett, what about you?
Well, I tell you what, hey, whatever happens tonight, I just want to see some good energy on the field. Love to see Sat have a little bit more emotion. He showed about more emotion than he did last couple of years in the last game. But if they get the same kind of reaction that we get out here at the Collision Course Crew Tailgate, I think we'll be just fine.
Wes, what about you? What are your last words for this episode?
Why you gonna call me out? It's a good point.
Great point.
I want to see good energy on the field, just like Garrett said. Want to see more from the defense, like I always said, because I love defense. I want Malik to do better. I want Malik to ball out, but we just gonna have to see. So that's me.
Well, no. Why weren't you a better high school football player? I'm just kidding. I'm joking. You're pretty good. Joey?
So they've talked about the energy on the field. I want to see the energy on the field, but I want to see the energy in the crowd. I mean, for those that are going to the game, get loud. When Florida State has the ball, make it to where, they're getting some false start penalties, on defense. They're getting some offsides because they can't hear the snap counts. So get loud, get rowdy. I mean, I think it's going to be a really good atmosphere. Michael Bush getting his jersey retired tonight. So I think there's going to be a lot of good energy in the crowd. But I want to see, Sat said after the game last week that, they messed up the first week by kind of holding Malik back. So they let him go a little bit last week. I want to see him just don't hold him back at all. Let him do what he does. Like his feet is what wins us games, right? I mean, his feet does.
Let Malik be Malik.
Let him run the ball. Make some more adjustments on defense, and just freaking tackle. Make tackles, guys. Preston, go out there and show them how to tackle, man. I mean, 144. I think it was 144 his senior year. I think that's what you told me.
No, he had 144 in one season.
Oh, okay, it was an incredible amount. I mean, because back then y'all just played 11 games, right?
12.
Oh, y'all did play 12 then?
12.
Okay. Yeah. I couldn't remember when they added that extra game, but just tackle, man, and just win. Maryland's still trash.
There you go. That's what I was waiting for in your pet population.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody help control the pet population. Get your pet spayed or neutered, or just don't get one.
Okay, and again, thank you so much for the tackling machine, Preston Brown, for coming here and doing this with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Can we get another Cards chant while we're playing this outro music? Gary the Redbird. Oh, he's getting paint. He's painting up.
Let's do a Cards chant.
There you go. Thanks again, everybody, to all your support. Thanks for coming out here. Thanks for listening. Again, you can find us on YouTube at Cardinal Sports Zone. Find us on Twitter at Card Sports Zone. The other socials are right there. Check us out. Follow us. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. And Preston's out of the screen before the show's over. I'll hit you up later, man. All right. That was Preston Brown, everybody. NFL all everything.